Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I've had some requests on how to clone basil, so today I'm going to show you a few different ways that you can do so. What you see here is I have a basil plant which is kind of getting a bit tall for my aerogarden, so we're going to take a cutting off of this and I will be showing you the various methods that we can clone this thing. First, find yourself a nice branch that you're going to want. This one really looks nice and healthy. What you want to do is try and get a decent amount of length and some branching off of here. So take this and cut at a 45-degree angle, like so. Now this might fall, but I just want you to see this. So now we have a nice cutting, and let's move down over to my workbench and we'll show you how to do this. Now I've done this a number of ways. I have cloned basil using a AeroGarden starter pod with the replacements that you can get from any AeroGarden supply store. I've done it in rockwool, which is good for a number of different ways. And now the first step is going to be the same for all of these methods. First of all, take your cutting that we have. Now this plant has quite a few leaves on here, and you don't need that. You want the growth of the clone to be going towards the root. So as you see, we had cut this at a 45-degree angle. And the first step in getting this cutting prepared is to remove the leaves that you don't need. So let's just cut these off. And there you have, that's all you really need. This is rather large. You don't want all the energy going to them. So the simplest thing to do is just to cut this in half. And it won't harm your plant. It just reduces the amount of energy that's going to them. There you have it. That's all you need. One thing that I use to help promote the rooting of this plant is just get any type of rooting hormone from any of the plant stores that you're using. Doesn't matter which one. This is just the one that was convenient for where I bought. And you just have to dip this into it. Get a nice amount of hormone on there, like so, and select the method that you're going to use. Now if you're using an AeroGarden, what I have done in the past is to take one of these and slice into it like so. And then once I've got that, just pry it open a bit. Place this in about this deep, and place that into your pod and into your AeroGarden. However, today I want this plant to be passing on to a friend of mine, so I'm going to show you how to do this in rockwool. Now this is rockwool. If you haven't seen this before, you can get this at any hydroponics store. You can get it online at Amazon, etc. It comes in various sizes. Like I just pick up this whole tray. It came with, I think, 92 of them in there. You can get these pretty well anywhere. First step in using this though is you have to soak this in water, and I actually use a pH water. I get it down to 6 and I allow this to soak. Now I have one here which has been soaking and is ready to use. So just take your rockwool or your AeroGarden pod, make a cut in here, open it up a bit, and place your clone. That's it. That's all the work you have to do. Now if this was in here, you'd be placing that into your AeroGarden. I have even taken rockwool, cut it in half, and to make this fit into a AeroGarden starter, just trim off the sides till you get a good part that fits in like this. Make your cut, place your plant in here. Now because these aren't the right length, I just take another additional portion of this, cut it at an angle, simple to do. Because this will wick things, shove that all the way to the bottom of your AeroGarden thing, place your other piece that has the plants so that they're touching. This is a very quick homemade plug for your AeroGarden, and you'll have your plant in there. That'll work too. Once you have this in rockwool, you have a number of options that you can use. I'm going to be eventually putting this into a pot with soil to give to a friend. And the easiest way to start this off is just take this, put it into a Ziploc bag, pour a little bit of water into the bottom of it, close it up, and put it under your lights. In 1 week, usually, you will have enough roots coming off of this that you can move it to whatever method you want. Now this one here I started a week ago. You can see how much it's already grown extra leaves just in this bag. The thing you're looking for is the roots. So what you're looking for is the roots coming out the bottom. And when you've got a nice amount of rooting like this, you're ready to go. You're good to go. So let me show you what you can do with it after it's like that. One thing you can do, just leave it in a net pot, something to make it stand up. Leave a little bit of nutrient or water in there. This thing can actually outgrow your bag. Very simple to do. Another option you have is to place it into a net pot. If you've got a deep water culture setup going, very simple to do. Put some hydrogen in it, place your plant into that, surround it with some more. Take this and place it into your deep water culture. It'll start growing like crazy. Now for today's purposes that I showed you this cutting, and I'll do an update on this at another time, we're just going to put this into something to keep it standing up, and that's going to be remaining underneath my lights for a week till it gets to that point I showed you. So as you can see, I use this method very often. It works well with basil. I've done pepper plants. Let me show you where I put these. These basil plants are all clones. These have all come from my favorite, the Genovese basil from the AeroGarden. I like this one the best. I've tried different seeds, but you know, the beauty of using the cloning method is you get a plant which is this big in a couple of weeks. You're not waiting that month for it to sprout. I've started these plants 2 weeks ago, and they are doing wonderful in my aeroponics. I get the same results in an AeroGarden. I just happen to have these ones here. You can see how we had actually cut off the leaves, just like I showed you in the other one. All this new growth is just in the last week or two, so very nice. And you can see that they end up getting quite a nice root structure on them after a couple weeks. So you get quite a head start. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Subscribe to my channel. We talk about peppers. We regrow green onions, lettuce, etc. So please subscribe. Hope to see you again. Thank you.